Hey everybody, Zeffiroli here, and today I wanted to go over something different, but I saw something that's going to be important to any Arachne player out there, is a web placement guide. As you guys know, in 5.3, Arachne got buffed in terms of that she can now lay 3 webs down at once, and the cooldown was reduced by 2 seconds. At first, people thought this wasn't a huge deal, but with a bunch of testing, it turns out it makes Arachne one of the most unique junglers in the game, in terms of how she can pretty much have limitless starts she can do, and that pretty much can throw off a lot of people. And with these starts, it allows her to hit level 2 faster than everyone else in the game, for a lot of level 2 versus level 1 ganks in most lanes, allowing her to get a lot of pressure early. So I wanted to make a little guide. I was thinking about how the best way to do this, and I thought a little map guide would be the best. And I got the little guide here. I'm going to be going over through this, how my placement is on the priority of which start I like to do the most, going from the favorite start to the least favorite start. They're all still viable, but they go from the bottom ones are the most risky ones, or the least viable ones, and there are more than this. These are just my personal favorite ones that I know you'll always will hit level 2 faster than everyone else. Other starts might not let you hit level 2 as fast as those others. Before we start, I just want to say I had this little art on the side here is by Zennore. She did this for me a long time ago when she was finishing up her Arachne web comic. You should check out her artwork when you can. And this whole thing will be I'll have the image posted online as well, the map, when the video goes up, so you can look at that as well. Okay, first things first. We're gonna be starting with purple, which is my favorite of the starts. And this start is what I like to do the most, and is, I think, the strongest of the starts that she has. This one is basically your ganking duo start, because if you do this start, you always will be hitting the lane at level 2 versus 2 level 1s, and you could pretty much decimate the duo lane with this and get your duo lane super ahead. It's really good. I know a lot of junglers like going this route, but you'll go over to that route sooner than the other jungler, and you'll be a higher level than them as well. So how this start works is, you basically are going to be placing all these webs. All these starts involve 3 webs, by the way. You're going to be placing a web right here on your blue. Let me zoom in to show you basically where you'll be placing it. You'll be basically placing the web right here. All 3 webs are going to be going right to there. And I'll show you an example as well in the screenshot I took. This is how you're going to be placing your web in blue, and technically all your starts that have the cone jungle camps, they should be placed like this. You want your web to be only hitting one of the small minions, preferably the left one. I find the left one if you're on the chaos side, the right one if you're on the order side. You want to just make sure it's placed like that. And if you place all 3 webs in that general area like that, they will always clear the buff camp on their own with 3 webs. They'll eat the small one, then they'll eat the big one, then they'll eat the small one. Sometimes they might go small, small, big, but with this they will 95% of the time finish the big one off and get you the XP and everything. What you would do, you would place all 3 webs there, and then I'm going to put an actual X there, so people can see that a little better, like that. After you do that, you'll be starting at speed. After you drop those three, you'll do your speed with your solo lane. I mean your mid lane. Then you're gonna walk, and you're gonna as you walk over through this lane, one or two of the minions will die, and then you'll be able to drop another web while you're at the red, so you'll be able to clear that. If once all three of these are dead, clearing just one minion here, sometimes two, will let you hit level 2. After you do that, you walk over. If your duo lane is having issues and you can gank, just run up and gank, you go over, blink in if you started with blink, and kill them. Do that. If they're still fighting, or like they're more back here, if they're more over here fighting, you walk over, and you know you can't really get a kill because their escapes are up and still, and they're engaged. Or they already got a kill. You'll go for this purple, then you go to the red, and then you go for the speed. If you get a kill, you still go that route as well. If you go over here, don't get a kill, and they're still in high pressure, even if you don't get a kill, you can do this if you really pressured them out. But if you deal with here and you did not get a kill and you did not have enough pressure, you go to here. And the same if you go over here and at this point here, they're struggling. You know you can't really gank them, but usually you will be able to. You will go for this one. Only if you know you need to defend this, if you know your guys are about to lose over here and you can't save them. Or maybe they were pushed up here and then they die. You just go straight for this instead. So that is my favorite start. This start lets you hit 2 and 3 faster than everyone else after you get some kills and get these camps. You're getting your Assassin's Blessing online faster with all these camps you're clearing here. You're getting your dual lane up, which is really strong. Behind dual lane is really bad right now in this season. If you kill the hunter that early, they fall down, and then clear the entire jungle. They fall behind so bad. It's ridiculous. Next, we got the orange build, the orange start, which is my second favorite start. This is the start you do if you don't want to gank duo, if you know you need to give more pressure to mid or more pressure to solo, if you know they're going to have trouble if you don't really gank them early, you'll do this start instead. Basically what you will be doing is you're going to be placing, depending on what lane you are starting, that's the key here, depending on what lane you're starting, you're going to be ganking. If you're going to be ganking mid, you want to put your webs on the back camps here. If you're going to be ganking solo, you'll be putting your webs on the red buff here. And so basically you and mid will do this. Then you will go to do this. As you finish this, either one of these will be killed. And then your solo lane, your mid lane will be here. You'll hit 2. Then you either go to solo lane and gank them if you know you need to do that. If that was your plan, run to solo lane. Like if you know your solo lane is like a low pressure and not going to be doing too well, but enough that they're going to be trying to really put pressure on your solo lane. You walk over here, you level 2, you gank them, they're dead. You gave your solo lane a huge boost. If you know your mid lane, like if you have a mid Scylla or someone that has really bad clear and is going to need help right away, you'll be going to mid and doing that. These two starts, I mean, I prefer this one most of the time, even if I'm going mid. But you can do red if you know you're not going to be getting to drop the red soon and you want your mid to get the red right after that first wave. You'll do it that way. And okay, and also remember, this is swap reverse. You still do the same thing if you're on chaos side. I just didn't want to put the markers on both sides. Blue. Blue is you will need to defend the purple from the other team. Let's say you know you have a duo lane that is going to lose lane terribly at the very first lane. Let's say it's like a Sylvanas Sylvanas Uller lane. You know they're not gonna be letting lane against that. This is when you want to make sure they don't steal this. So what you would do is you would drop all 3 of your webs at the purple here. You'll start at speed. You go to red, drop that so you know they can't run over and try to take the red. If once they see the blue purple's down, and you're good. I mean, most of the time the purple will be disrupted, even if they get insane pressure here. The purple will be down before they can walk over and take it. They might come to red. That's why you should walk over here and try to defend this or take it if they don't realize this is gone yet. You walk over here, take this, boom, or turn on them, try to kill them. Killing one of these minions will let you hit 2, so you can turn on them and hit them. Also a good idea, so you can do that. This will let your dual lane not fall that far behind by losing their entire jungle because of the very strong, aggressive dual lane on their side. Next, you have the deny the enemy dual lane EXP start. This is a bit more riskier. You want to do this if you make sure that your duo is in this lane, keeping an eye on them the whole time. And you have the solos, the mid, also just keeping an eye on where the enemy mid is. What you would be doing, you're going to be running straight up. Basically, you need to run out of the base as soon as possible. So don't even buy your items unless you only buy the tier 1 katana, so you get that little bit of movement speed. You run all the way here and drop it there. And then you'll teleport back, buy items, go to speed, you'll get that done. And then you can go to here, you can go to red, you can go to blue, anywhere you want to go after that. But that is where you would want to go if you're doing this. This will allow you to steal their purple before they even realize. You'll hit 2, and then you can gank as you want or do what you want. You just stole EXP from the dual lane. 1 camp. It's not huge, but they'll walk over here and then say, what the hell happened here? It's a good way to get your dual lane just slightly ahead early and still give yourself more EXP. And heck, your dual lane could just walk over, grab it, and walk back after it's done. If they're that pressured up, they can walk over and do that. Next start is the getting both mid harpies start. This is your safe start if you know you can't gank any lanes. This is your I can't gank any lanes. Everyone on the other team is just is gonna be either like, you know, your team is not meant for early game. They're not going to give you the pressure to gank, things like that. If you want to just play it extra safe, this is the start I would do. You would drop all 3 webs on this side here. Or the other side. Either side you can do it on. I prefer this side, but you can also put it on this side. All 3 webs. If you do that, basically, then you'll start at the mid lane, at this lane again. Then you go to either this or this, depending on what you want to go, or go to blue, depending on what you need. You can still go to here and gank dual lane this way if you want. You can go over here, drop the blue for them, and gank that lane. Or just do this and just go safely around. But this way, you're denying the jungler the enemy jungler more EXP and the enemy mid more EXP, which is a nice good thing to do. Again, this is your safest start, and like I said, if you're not going to be ganking too much and you want to just deny the enemy jungler EXP and you want to be the safest, this is a good way to start. Plus, your mid, if they get close enough to the wall here as they're attacking, will get the EXP from one of these lanes, so you'll be getting your mid some early pressure if they're a mid guard that can hang around one of these walls here, like an Isis or Poseidon or Anubis, something like that. Those would be good ones to start with this one if you want to get the mid ahead and more EXP. Last is the steal the enemy blue start. This is the riskiest of them because if you're spotted doing this, you pretty much are screwed and you have to go with a very safe start. The normal assassin's jungler start with, you know, drop this, drop this, drop this, go, things like that. You won't be able to do a triple web start if you screw this up. What you're going to be doing is you're going to be dropping 3 webs in the back here. But it's going to be different from this one. You see how the webs are here? You're going to be wanting to place the webs on this here. Let me get the... Yeah, you're going to be wanting to place the webs here on that guy. Not on the little middle one, but on the back guy. What this does is this forces all 6 of your spiders to attack the big guy first, dropping that first. This will allow the spiders to kill it before the enemy jungler walks in here and gets it. Drop it there. The 9 times out of 10, this guy will be dead before the enemy jungler gets over there. It's going to be more risky if you're fighting an enemy jungler that has good clear. So like a Ratatosker or a Kamatsats or anything like that. A really high clear enemy comp in the jungle. This is a very, very risky move to do. But if you're against a very low clear enemy jungle, this is a very strong but risky one. If the solo lane spots you, you need to hightail it out of there. What you can, if you notice the solo lane spots you early, late, and doesn't realize you have the webs there, or realizes as you're walking away, let your own solo laner know that, hey, he's gonna try to break this web. Walk over there and harass them, because that's 3 spiders they're going to be taking. And if your solo blue solo comes over here and stops them from breaking these stops them from trying just to break the webs and walk out unscathed, your solo lane could get an early first blood. This is the riskiest one to do, but it has a lot of potential to really snowball your game. I just don't do this too much because it's risky and you can't always get it off. So that is the guide. As you can see, those are the starts. The ones where you see double colors means you choose one or the other in terms of where you want to go in terms of that. And we'll go over again. Purple is the start. Blue start. That's if you're going to be ganking duo. You'll do that. Orange, ganking solo or mid. So you drop, kill, go, go. Or kill, go. Anything like that. Blue, defending your purples. Drop, do this. And then engage if they really try to come to the red, or defend the red if you can. Green, deny the enemy duo. Do this if you have eyes on where everyone is and you want to get your duo lane a little higher up, but you can gank them. Or if it's going to be very even, it's going to be very hard to gank them. It's like a Sylvanas or like a Geb, someone that's going to stop you or give you guys and anything like that can stop you from ganking easily, and you just want to still deny them EXP. Getting both mid harpies. This is if you want to get your mid ahead, you want to be very safe, and you're not going to be able to gank and get a kill that early. You just want to deny farm from the mid and the jungler. That's what you do. And then the stealing enemy blue. You'll do that if you want to If you want to take the biggest risk and a big reward, get your solo lane ahead, get the jungler behind, and maybe get a kill if the solo lane decides to walk over here and break all the webs. If you're still here and the solo walks as there as well, you can all walk in and just kill him. Usually, though, you have to back after doing any of these 3 starts and running over here. But if you start the back here and you see your webs pop, stop backing and go in and kill them. And that's pretty much it. Like I said, I'll be posting this image with the video as well, so you guys can take a look. If you have any comments or if you have any of your own suggestions, I'm very willing to hear them and would love to hear them as well. Anyway, thank you guys for watching, and hopefully next video is a planned Arachne guide and build video. I'm still just working on it and trying to figure out how I want to do it with the best way and the best builds, because that's still fluctuating and still figuring that out. But hopefully this weekend I will have that up. Thank you guys again. Thank you guys for watching, and take care. Have a nice night.